What is meant by the resurrection of our bodies? So another question from the Apostles' Creed.
Yeah, another question that's in one sense, it's right there in the phrase. It means literally what it says. There is a time on the last day when Christ will return where that body that if you pass away before Jesus returns is going to go into the ground, going to be cremated, going to be sprinkled on something, whatever the case may be for you after you pass. And Jesus is going to raise that. This is kind of like Lazarus or Jesus' resurrection on Easter Sunday, where a body that is dead comes back to life. And the reason this is so important is because God makes us, you'll often talk about this at funeral services, with two different parts. There's the immaterial part, right, which is our spirit, and then there's the material part, which is our body. And when we die, our spirit goes to be with the Lord. It's safe with Him, and our bodies go into the ground. But on the last day when Jesus returns, He puts us back together because that's the way that He created us, and that's the way that He wants us all to eternally be. And so the bottom line is this. Easter's good, but it's just the beginning because we're all going to get our own Easter on the last day.
You know, when you say that, one of the things that jumps out at me as well is the whole idea that it's not just our soul that matters to God. Our soul and our body, it was all created by God to be a unit, to be us. And so our bodies matter. So even though we oftentimes talk about how our soul goes to be with the Lord when we die, it's not that it's only our soul that matters. God wants to restore our bodies, but He wants to give us a body in the resurrection that is no longer stained by sin, no longer traumatized or ill or broken from the consequences of sin. And so God, on that last day, raises us, and so we are restored as a unit, soul and body, the way God intended it, without any blemish or mark of sin.